Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. First of all, I would like to give a huge thanks to those who have watched my last video. It got 103 views. I know it's not too much in comparison in general to YouTube views and stuff, but it's super important for me, and I really appreciate every one of you. So I can see that project overviews are in demand, so I will be doing more often such things. And today, by the way, we will be discussing another project called Sidus Heroes. So before we start, please give a like, leave a comment, get a cup of tea, and let's get started. Alright, so first of all, let's go to the website of the game and let's figure out what it's all about. So basically, this is a futuristic MMORPG game with turn-based PvP and PvE tactical combat. Well, I guess gamers will understand me. In the game, you have to create and upgrade like different heroes, trade, upgrade teams, trade on the marketplace, and move around different planets in the galaxy on your ship. Like you can collect resources and do farming. The game has its own DeFi system and also its own P2P earn mechanics. So, you know, it's like some kind of internal political system where you can lobby some of your interests, vote for the development of the game using the control token called Sidus. And in general, there are two cryptocurrencies in the game. One of them is a Sidus. In fact, this is the game token for which you can purchase inventory, equipment, ships, other tokens. And basically it has various advantages to players. And the second token is just the Sidus token. And all this is done, so if you look, I'm just now scrolling through the site for you, in such a cool way in terms of the graphic design. You can see how things are changing. It looks like much better than other similar games we usually see on NFT blockchain and other games in general. I'll tell you right now that I'm not going to play the game because it's not my thing, but according to information from many crypto sources and information that I found in general, like the creators are preparing potentially one of the best games at the moment. So, and as an investor, I am primarily interested in information about the project in order to evaluate it from the point of view of long-term investments and to determine for myself how promising and interesting it is going to be. So let's just take a look at these amazing graphics and let's continue with the founders. Yeah, let's move to the founders part and see who we are having here. So basically, I opened the site already, and one of the founders of the project is Dan Homenka, who has a very wide experience in various industries, including financial technologies, banking, real estate, development, blockchain, and cryptocurrency. So Dan became the founder of one of the largest blockchain like game software companies in his time and advised on more than 500 different projects, many of which, by the way, have already entered the top 200 in CoinMarketCap. And in general, Sidus Heroes is created by a very experienced team, as you see, of more than 200 employees who have successful projects behind them. Many members come from the conventional game industries where they have applied their experience, and 90% of the team is, of course, are Russian speakers. And at the same time, it confuses me a little bit because I'm slightly skeptical in general about products that are released for or on the Eastern European market, because they usually do not gain massive international popularity. But on the other hand, for example, let's take the same NEAR protocol that entered the top 10 blockchains and made crazy growth in the last cycle. So there are also roots of Russian developers there too. Now let's take a closer look at tokenomics. So as I said previously, in the game we will be having two tokens. One is Sidus and another one is Sidus. So here we can see the chart of Sidus token, and basically we can see that 30 billion coins will be issued. And for Sidus token, if we scroll slightly less through all these amazing animations, we can see that only 300 million will be issued for the Sidus token. But let's get back to the Sidus one with a closer look. Of course, I'm a little embarrassed that such a large amount of tokens went to early investors in general. So if we look at the chart, we can see that, for example, seed round, they issued 5% to early investors. Then 11% were issued on the private round. Then we can see that pre-public round has around 8.5%. For public sale, only 2%, but I will highlight it a bit later. For liquidity and ecosystem, they have around 55%, and also for the team, 6.5%, with partners altogether almost 10%. Also, they have 10% in reserve fund. This is necessary. So as I said, you can see that the bulk of the coins went to early investors, early bakers, and in general, like ordinary people got only 2% of the coins for the public sale. So these are those who took part in IDO. This is of course not very fair, but what pleases is that the bulk of the tokens are locked up and only 2% of the tokens are now in circulation. So still well thought out tokenomics with locks for many years adds like confidence, at least for myself, that the coin will not continue to pour into the market in huge volumes. And if we look at the roadmap, I see how cool the developers in general approach the creation of the game, and the roadmap itself is implemented until 2025. So we have economic core loops explained here. Then if we go down, we can see economic core loops at different stages. I'm not going to go dive deep into this because it's game mechanics, but in fact we have different players' properties that will be implemented in the game. Political system, what else? Space objects, land distribution and activities. So I understand that it takes many years to develop a game of this level. And if the developers can really implement their entire roadmap and white paper that they described, then this could really be one of the top projects on the market. And I strongly believe that this project is not a short-term investment. It's definitely potential long-term, and according to the roadmap for the first quarter of 2022, it was planned to launch a beta version of the game where players could try the functionality of certain parts, which will gradually expand. I will not dive too deeply. Again, as I said, if anyone is interested, you can find the white paper here on the website and check it out. It's all there. And now let's move to CryptoRank and see how much profit the coin has made in general since the last cycle. So as we can see, the coin is trading on the price of around 0.0009 cents, which is significantly low. And if we go to token sale, we can see how much the coin has raised in December 2021. So we can see that we have around 6 IDOs held at the same time, and basically tokens for sale were about 140 millions and raised a lot of money as well. So we can see that the project on its highs gave 10,000, almost 11,000% to those who bought it like at this price. It's a significant amount of money, guys. And but at the same time, as I said previously, only 10% of all coins were unlocked for sale, but even these 10% made just a huge profit for them. And this was due to the fact that there was a huge hype where the coin came out on 7 or 6 platforms at once. The initial start was hyped up by early and retail investors who didn't understand like tokenomics and generally just were buying at any price. So let me summarize how I see it. Like basically a lot of newcomers came to the industry and found this coin, and they saw like huge hype and a huge price increase at that time. So once the coin was correcting every 30-40%, and they were just thinking now that everything will grow even further and further. And imagine how many people got stuck on highs and how many people just jumped into the coin that made 10,000%, and now they just have a colossal drawdown. Now we can go through the private sales, pre-sales and seed round. Basically, these are the most important because as you can see, these investors, they almost doubled the profit that we just discussed, and it's a lot. Imagine like almost 100, 122 and 200 times. It's a ridiculous amount of money. And even, like, as I said again, small percentage that was available for unlocking, but even this small percentage gave just a huge profit to all of them. So let's just go through the overview of the coin and quickly understand what we have at the moment. So the market cap is currently $7 million, which is absolutely nothing, but at the same time we're still on the bearish trend. So we can see that all-time high market cap was 83 million, which is also not significant. I'm pretty sure that this game, in comparison to the previous cycle, will override in terms of market cap these values. So we have the trade volume of around 500,000, which is also not too much. So total supply is almost 30 billion, and circulation we have only 25%. So it's not too good at the moment because the coin will be unlocking more and more, and we need to see how often it gets unlocked, and we need to see as well how many coins will be poured into the market, because once we have new unlocks, those who stake them or held these tokens, they will be just selling probably most of the time. And let's get to the most interesting part. Let's switch to TradingView and check the chart of the coin and what is it all about. So as we can see, it's absolutely nothing. It's been falling since 2021, and we cannot see the bottom of it. So this is the chart according to Bitfinex with the day time frame. So as you can see, I already measured it up for you. The coin has dropped over 99%. Which is absolutely impossible. And if we just take a closer look, slightly closer look, we can see that at the moment we start to form already the support levels at the price of 0.009 cents, which is a very close price to the seed round. Basically now we have an opportunity to purchase the token at a price the very early investors did. And as you can see, all this area basically is a cumulative area where it's very nice to start purchasing the coin. There is always a risk of dropping even more down, but probably here the most volumes are located, and especially right now it's absolutely good price, and I will be trying to buy it even more. I already bought it at around I think this price previously, but the coin dropped even lower. So I think in general, what can we sum up in terms of the project? It has a crazy potential, awesome roadmap, very cool white paper, very powerful bakers, and a team with lots of experience. And if the game will have a chance to stand out, then we can really expect a huge rise on the next bull run. But on the other hand, realizing that the developers again lobbied the interests of early bakers and gave them the opportunity to buy tokens just at a penny prices and earn crazy profits, they now have huge amount of coins in their hands, and mere mortals like us were a little deprived, and this is what makes me worry a little bit. But at the same time, as I said, the lowest price we have at the moment, we can start buying. Again, it's not a financial recommendation, it's just I'm telling you my thoughts and what am I planning to do with this coin. This is a project from a series of risky and very potentially interesting in the long term. For example, if you choose between a fundamental coin that can make like 500% or 1000% on the next cycle, it's also very good, but there are less investment risks, of course. And Sidus Heroes is a game that can continue to give like 5,000 to 6,000% or even 10,000% in the next growth. It has already done this once, and it will be quite possible to repeat this stage if the game just simply continues to gain huge popularity, friends. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and found something useful for yourself. Give a like, leave a comment in case if you would like to have another project overview next time. So I will be more than happy to do it. So thank you for watching, and have a good weekend, everybody.